Welcome back to Coach's Corner. It's now time to talk Ponca City football. And over the next 10 to 12 weeks, we'll be doing that each week with Coach Allen as we preview the upcoming high school football game. This week, the Wildcats open the season against the Enid Plainsmen at Sullen Stadium. And Coach, you guys have been on the field for 3.5 weeks now. I know that you're ready to take on somebody else.
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, like you said, hopefully the show does go 12 weeks or more. That'd be great. Anyway, yeah, we've been going since August 10th, and it's here. It's almost here. So just a few days away. So we're really excited, and players are excited. You know that you go through August, and the scrimmages are fun, but because you're getting to play against somebody else, but they're still not quite like the game. So going into game week, everybody's going to be really ramped up, and it's going to be fun.
It is different, isn't it, as you get ready for a Monday practice. It's just a little different, the Monday through Thursday practices, looking forward to that first game.
Absolutely. Coaches might be a little more edgier and everything, and we've game planned already. Coaches game planned Sunday, and so everything's more specific now on what we're working on and schemes and plays and things. So everything's been tailored to our opponent. And so now we're about getting that game plan repped out. So we're excited. So we want the guys, definitely their intensity picking up this week, and just ready to come out and play with a lot of fire and a lot of confidence.
Now I know that part of your preseason schedule was to make sure that veteran team, maybe you don't push them like you normally would because those guys know the ropes, but you wanted to make sure you get a key injury. We had a key injury last year. Yeah. Did you get through that portion of your schedule?
Yeah. We survived the scrimmage season with no major injuries. Okay, if you guys got a couple bumps and bruises there, here, there, that's going to be normal, but nothing serious. So we'll have everybody intact.
I imagine it would take a couple of trucks to keep most of these guys off the field on Friday night.
Yeah, it would. It'd have to be pretty bad. Some of these guys, we finished up the season winning 2 of our last 3 games, finishing a big, win at Sepulpa. And, a lot of these guys, seniors coming back, just they've spent 8+ months, thinking about, hitting the field again. And so it's finally here.
And people forget that, Coach. It was 10 months ago, but I know that when we got done with that last game against Sepulpa, everybody was of the mode of, I wish we had another game, wish we could play that next week. It did really end on a high note, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I thought last year we played at a pretty high level. We lost a few games we could have won, but one thing that we last year is we kept getting better and better throughout the year. So. A lot of it did end on a high note, and it had a lot of carryover in the off season into this year. I mean, as far as confidence and things like that.
Offensively, it always helps to have a returning starter at quarterback, and Connor Larson. At times last year, he was the best player on the field, either team. Yeah. I know you look for him to be a real leader this year.
Absolutely, and he has, man. He's taken his job and his role as quarterback very serious. This offseason, he wants to be the best he can be. He wants to be the best quarterback he can be, and he has just worked really hard, and it's showing. I'm telling you what, he is playing at a high level and improving every time he hits the field. And I'll say this: I feel lucky to have Colin Larson as my quarterback. So he's doing a great job.
I watch these Tulsa and Oklahoma City newspapers build up all these kids that live in the metro areas and. They really never pay attention to kids outside that, and if he plays well, he will draw some of that attention, and if he draws that attention, it's because the offensive line plays well, Coach. And I've always thought Ben Ralston was a guy, 3-year starter. He's logged 20 starts now. Really a good football player, and he anchors a good offensive line.
Oh, man, Ben Ralston is just the anchor on our team in the locker room. He is. But overall, a team leader, he exemplifies that. Brings great energy and attitude to each practice. Treats everybody in the locker room well, and he's just done a great job. And you're right, as far as a football player, he's a good football player. He's athletic, strong, smart, and he anchors our O-line, which our O-line is a strength. There's a lot of experience on that O-line, and so that's always a positive when you can do that. So so much of football still won in the trenches, and I feel good about ours.
Well, if Ben Ralston is the guy on the offensive side that kind of is the quiet, go about your business leader, I think that Riley Dillbeck might be that on your defensive side. Here's a guy, again, 2-year starter, logged a lot of minutes. You're going to ask more of him this year, but he is a really good player.
Yeah, Riley Dillbeck, and I throw Keller Elwood in there, and in the secondary they are 3 they're going to be 3-year starters now. Playing as their sophomores, and then Austin Hersick last year anchoring that inside still has come back. So we've got good leadership on the defense, even though we have some new faces, and our secondary is solid. We do have a solid secondary, and very excited about our overall defense. That's going to be a surprise, I think, to the fans and such. As we lost 7 guys off last year's defense, and honestly, this defense is really getting better, and they're gonna surprise some people. They're not bad. So Jared Kimball on that defensive line. Like I said, Hersick and then Dillbeck and Elwood. Those are the 4 returners, and then we got a lot of new faces that are coming up that people will be surprised and they get to see them play. So we're very happy with that unit in the first 2 scrimmages and how much they've gotten better.
Well, Coach, there can't be any better way for the Ponca City Wildcats or the Enid Plainsmen to open up the season than against each other, and that'll take place Friday night. We have them at home here at 7 o'clock, and it's a big game, but it is a great festive way to open the season.
Absolutely. I mean, since I've been here, some of the more energy games, raucous games, however you want to say it, have been against the Enid Plainsmen. So not only are we playing them, we're playing them game 1, just like we did last year, game 1. So that, game 1's always got a lot of hype to it, and then much less though than a rival. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
And one thing the fans can expect, Coach, Enid and Ponca City, the talent level's really, really even. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Mm-hmm. They won a close one in the last seconds against us last year. And, I personally, I'd be surprised if it isn't anything but a real close ball game.
Yeah. Listen, we're, they've got, what they have is the Enid, all their guys, they play so hard, and they're big. They're bigger than we are. They got some speed too on the field. So, they've got some good talent, and we're going to have to be ready for it. And again, play with the same emotion that they play with or more, and get ready for a dogfight. You're exactly right.
Absolutely. As he begins his 4th season, our head coach, Josh Allen. Don't forget the big pep rally on Thursday night at 7 o'clock outside Solon Stadium in the high school parking lot. And then Friday night at 7 o'clock, it's the Wildcats and the Plainsmen.